Hi everyone, good evening. Hi. I'm sorry we're starting like 1 minute late. Welcome to everyone who is already here. A lot of you have been reaching out to me that you have been waiting. Please, if you can hear my voice and you can see me, please let me know. If you can hear my voice and you can see me, please let me know. Just put in the comments. We can see you. We can hear your voice. Tell us where you're joining from as well. Okay, let's just get that. Where are you joining from? We can see you loud and clear. Awesome. I just wanted to confirm that so long as you can see me, we're fine. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining from in the world. Compliments of the season. Compliments of the season. Okay, you can see and hear my voice. Awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. All my people from Nigeria. Olukayode from Nigeria. Merry Christmas. Thank you. Though it's not Christmas yet, but it's the season. Please don't forget to share the webinar with your friends. A lot of people need this information. Go ahead and share it. Go ahead and like, and of course, tell us where you're joining from. Awesome. Oh, I can see somebody from Qatar. F777. Well, I don't know. Okay, awesome. Welcome everyone who has come here. Awesome. All of you guys are so awesome. Thank you so much for taking time out to come and spend the next 45 minutes with me. So today, first of all, congratulations for being here, taking time off your busy schedule to come here. Drop your name, where you are joining us from, and very importantly, you need to subscribe to be able to leave a comment. Yeah, so please subscribe to the channel so that you can be able to drop your questions. Let me check that one. Okay, so we're going to start. Right away. If your screen is not clear, you can go back and come back in. You can just follow the instructions that are there on my screen. Awesome. We're going to start right away. And what you're going to learn today is going to change your mindset. It is going to benefit you. So please remove all distractions. Remove TikTok and Instagram so that you can actually gain value from today. So the format that we're going to use is that I'm going to go through my presentation. Just give me 1 second. Let me just set this thing up. I'm going to go through my presentation. Please try and listen because some of your questions will already be answered. And after that, we're going to come back and take questions. I hope my voice is clear. I'm not using a microphone because the microphone is misbehaving. Awesome. And at the end of this webinar, you would have a clear understanding of what you can focus on for 2025. Great. Let's go. So let me just share my screen and we can take it from there. Give me 1 second. At the end of this webinar, where did I see that? I don't. Okay. So if you can see my screen, let me know, please. I can see the screen. Yes, so that I can go on. You can see the screen. Yes, you can. You can see the screen. Can you see the screen? I think so. Okay, so welcome to today's webinar. First of all, congratulations on being here. What you're going to learn is going to give you a clear roadmap, so to speak, to what you can do to move to Canada in 2025. What you can do to move to Canada in 2025. Awesome. So before we go on, what is my name? My name is Sheyi. Who am I? Sheyi Obasi. I'm a Nigerian. I live in Canada. I've been here, going to 7 years. And what I do is that I love to teach people strategies on the different routes that they can move to Canada based on my experience and the knowledge that I've gained over the years. I am not giving you immigration advice. This is just for education and information purposes. you need to go to the RCC website to get more, informed information or more specific information about immigration. However, I've been able to help over 1,020 people and counting to relocate to Canada in the last few years. And my goal is to help you move to Canada too. Right? I'm not one of those people that will say, I'm here, nobody else should come. Like, why would I want to be here alone? I want more people to come. I want other people, anybody that has the desire to come to Canada, I want you to be able to succeed. And that is my goal in doing these webinars. And that's my goal in helping people. It's also my goal in whatever services that I offer or products that I offer. So like I said before, remove all distractions and grab a pen and a paper, take some notes. And also get ready with your questions as well. So let us start from the very beginning. A lot of things have been happening with Canada immigration. So anybody that wants to move to Canada in the last few months, you've seen all of the discussions, all of the fearful predictions and the fear mongering that has gone on the internet regarding Canada immigration. A lot of people have lost hope. And sadly, a lot of people have the wrong information. Some people are saying Canada has closed its borders, Canada is no longer taking students, Canada, all of those things. Today, I want to give us like a summary of what is happening with Canada immigration. So last year, the proof of living expenses for international students was increased to 20,635 Canadian dollars from $10,000, or more than 100% increase. Also, Canada now put a cap on the number of international students. So previously, there was no cap on the number of international students. Canada wasn't counting the number of international students to say when we get to this point, we stop, but they have started that. So there's now a cap on the number of international students. Yeah. In addition, international students must now include a provincial attestation letter when they're applying for study permit. This was not there before. Previously, it did not affect master's and PhD students, but now every level of studies must bring a provincial attestation letter. In addition, only the spouses of international students in master's, doctoral, and professional programs are now eligible for open work permits. Yeah, so for your spouse, not your children, for your spouse to be able to accompany you, you need to be doing a master's, a doctoral, or one of the professional programs, maybe bachelor's in nursing, medicine, pharmacy, or all of that. If you're not, your spouse, not your dependents, your spouse will not be able to accompany you. Your children can still accompany you. And lately, Canada has introduced PGWP limitations for certain programs. So not everybody, not all programs now can get PGWP. There are certain programs that can get PGWP, which means that not everyone who comes to study in Canada can get PR if they don't know what they are doing. Okay, now when it comes to work permits, that's the LMIA. Canada also made a lot of changes. Now, lots of people are saying Canada has stopped LMIA. No, Canada did not stop LMIA. They just made some changes around the wage thresholds. That's a deeper conversation, but I'll just give you a snapshot of what has happened. So the threshold, which means that the wages that you must earn for you to get that LMIA has increased by 20%. Yeah. So in Ontario, for example, it has increased from $28.39 to $34.07. Yeah, which means that employers must be offering wages that are at this level or above this level, whether it's for the low wage or for the high wage. That is what has changed. And certain provinces that have more than 6% unemployment rate, or certain cities or communities that have more than 6% unemployment rate, their LMIAs will not be approved. That is what has changed when it comes to LMIA. Now, when it comes to express entry or permanent residence, generally, Canada also made some changes to the immigration levels for 2025 to 2027. So the immigration levels for those years is expected to result in a marginal population decline of 0.2%. Yeah. So Canada has reduced the number of permanent residents as well as temporary residents that can come into the country from 2025 to 2027. They did not stop immigration. They did not say people cannot come to Canada anymore. But Canada in the next 3 years wants to fix issues like inflation, fix issues like housing. And that is why they are saying spouses of international students can no longer of certain programs can no longer accompany them, because those people are going to need jobs, right? People that have SOWP. So they want to fix all of that before things go back to normal. So this is the plan for the next 3 years. So work and study permits, work permits in Canada, they are reducing from 7% to 5%. The percentage of temporary residents in Canada is going to reduce from 7% to 5%. Now, this one is really, really important. This slide is very important. Canada aims to allocate around 40% of permanent residence spots to individuals that are currently living in the country. So all the international students, spouses of international students that are on SOWP, temporary foreign workers, and of course, some asylum claimers that are in the country are the people that Canada is going to allocate 40% of PR spots, because these people are already in Canada, right? They're already living in places. They are not going to need new houses. They are not going to need new jobs. They're already working, or they're already international students. So this is good news for anybody that is currently in Canada. A lot of people have been clamoring for this. That why is it that there are people in Canada and Canada is looking for permanent residents from outside? Yeah. So they are going to focus a whooping 40%. It's a lot. 40% of PR spots to those that are already in Canada. Yeah. So based on this, they are going to prioritize PR pathways like the Canadian Experience Class, which is for those who have work experience in Canada, and the provincial nominee programs. These are the two, express entry routes that are going to be focusing on, in addition to the category-based draws, in the next 3 years. Now, Canada hopes to alleviate challenges like housing shortages, affordability, and all of that, while meeting these immigration targets. Now, these are the reasons why they are doing all these reductions. They want to reduce the strain that is caused by newcomers. So if newcomers come, they want houses. If they come, they want medical. So if they come, they want somewhere to work and all of that. So that pressure is going to reduce over the next 3 years. That's the purpose and the aim of the government in making these changes. The aim is not to stop immigration. Yeah, the aim is to fix all of these things so that the country is better looking for you when you come to Canada. So the question now is, based on all of these changes, because I get a lot of questions, based on these changes, what can I do? Based on these changes, can I still come to Canada? A lot of people don't even understand the changes. They just say based on these changes. But now we have a little bit of understanding of what these changes are. So the question now is, what should you do? Today is December 14th. We're just like 2 weeks to the new year. And in the new year, Canada is going to reset all its immigration levels, both for the provinces, for all of these pilot programs and all of that. So there is a chance, to get into Canada in the new year, because everything is going to reset. The first thing you should do is you should not quit. Quitting is not an option. So many people are quitting. Quitting is not an option. There's nothing good that you will get in life that you not have to fight for it. Even if you're a Christian and you are praying, there will still be battles. God said, I'm giving it to you, but go and fight for it. So number one, don't quit. Put it in the comments. Quitting is not an option. I need us to drum it into our ears. Put in the comments, quitting is not an option for me. You cannot quit. And it's not just about Canada. It's about everything. It's about immigration generally. If you want to immigrate, whether it's Canada, I'm not saying you must come to Canada. Whatever countries you are working on, quitting is not an option. Winners don't quit. Quitters don't win. That's number one. It's not an option. Secondly, you should focus on what Canada wants. If Canada said, we want people who are in this way, and you really want to come to Canada, you have to go with what Canada wants. For now, Canada don't get country, you understand? Whatever they say they want, go with that. So you need to go with the flow. So what is it that Canada says they want? The first thing is that Canada is focusing on these 5 categories. Canada now has what is called the category-based draws in the express entry, where they are focusing on French, healthcare, trades, construction, and agric. For the rest of the year, however, they have stopped the draws for construction and agric. They did not cancel it. Agric and construction are still part of the category-based draws, but for the rest of the year, Canada is focusing on those who have French capabilities, they can speak French, they've done the French text, those who are in healthcare, certain categories of healthcare, and those who are in trades. These three categories are the ones that Canada is focusing on. So if you have any work experience in the NOCs that are in healthcare or trades in the last 3 years, 6 months of work experience in the last 3 years, you would qualify. If you know how to speak French and you can go and write the French exam, you would qualify. I think Canada is sort of focusing on French people because Canada is like a bilingual country, yeah. So we speak French and English. So if you can speak, if you have a proficiency to learn languages, you can go and learn French. This is what Canada is focusing on. Why you should consider the category-based draws is as there's less competition, there's lower CRS scores, there's more certainty of getting that invitation to apply. There are increased chances for specific profiles. So you're not competing with everybody. Yeah, if you can speak French and you are in the express entry pool, it's not everybody that can speak French. So there's a smaller pool of people and it's a clear pathway for in-demand jobs. The category-based draws is inside the express entry. So for you to be considered, you need to be in the express entry pool, you need to meet the CRS scores, and you also need to have at least 6 months of work experience in all of this in the last 3 years. I hope that's clear. I can't say it anymore than there's no time. So the next one is international students. So basically what I'm saying is that the first thing that you must focus on is the category-based draw. So that is the express entry. You need to be in the express entry pool. Very, very important. Because when you are there, you can be considered for category-based draws and provinces can also pick on you, the provincial nominee program. The second one is international student. The reason why international student is still one of the best ways to come to Canada is, remember what I said, Canada is focusing on giving PR to those that are in Canada. Those that are in Canada are international students now. So if they finish studying, they get their PGWP, they are able to get the work experience, they have every chance of becoming permanent residents. Also, their spouses who are working in Canada also have a chance. As an international student, you can be considered for the Canadian Experience Class, which is the CEC. You can also be considered for provincial nominee program. There are a lot of provinces that have programs that are focused on recent graduates. Ontario has it, BC has it, New Brunswick has it. A lot of provinces, they have PNP programs for recent graduates. So they will say if you schooled in the province, some will say if you did a master's, some will say if you did whatever. But the most important thing is that those PNP programs can only be taken by people who are recent graduates. And since Canada is focusing 40% on these people, if you are in Canada as an international student in the next 3 years, you have a high chance of becoming a permanent resident. Many of these programs don't even require a job, right? So when I was a student in Ontario, the master's program did not require a job. I didn't have to show that I had a job. And I know there are lots of them who don't require a job. Some do require a job, but the most important thing is that these programs are focused on international students. So if you can come into Canada as an international student, you have a high chance of getting permanent residence, simply because Canada is focusing on international students. The truth is that, yes, a lot of things have changed in the last year. Yes, it is very discouraging. But yes, Canada's borders are still open, and smart people who are using the right strategy will still move to Canada next year. As we are speaking, people are getting their visas approved. As we are speaking, people are still coming to Canada. While one set of people are getting discouraged and saying, we know they do again, another set of people are getting gingered. Sometimes it is when things are not working that some people will arise and they will succeed. You need to be one of those people. It's not going to come easy. It won't change because of you. So you just need to pick yourself up, gain the right strategy, and make plans to move to Canada. So what should you do next? Now, if you want to be considered for the category-based draws, which I said is the first thing that you must consider, you need to be in the express entry pool. Oh my goodness, you need to be there. I'm amazed at the number of people who are not in the pool. Some people are even international students, they finish, they are not in the pool. Get yourself express entry ready. so that when they are picking people, you are right there in the pool. Okay. Now, being in the express entry pool and being invited to apply for permanent residence and also putting in your application can be complicated if you have no idea what you're doing. It is a very dicey program, because if you lose a chance now, you might not get a second chance, because if you come back into the pool, you might be 1 year older, you will lose points, or your test results might expire. You can imagine English exams expire in 2 years. So it's like a one-time thing. So you need to know what you're doing to get into the express entry pool. So I'm not going to bit too much about the push, because I want to answer the questions that you have. So in order for you to be able to create an express entry pool, if you need help, you can get the Express Entry Masterclass. This is a program that I've put together, very detailed, that will guide you on what you need to do to create a profile, how to create the best profile, and how to get yourself ready to be picked by the government of Canada. It is a comprehensive and detailed guide that will assist you in preparing and submitting a Canada Express Entry profile with an application that is void of errors. You cannot come and be refused after you've done all the work simply because of reference letter or knock code or something. Yeah, so you have lifetime access. A step-by-step guide. It has tutorials. It is updated. I update it like almost every month. It's updated. It has checklists, templates, sample documents. The goal is to help you to submit a great application that cannot be refused. Yeah, you will learn how to increase your chances for getting that ITA. You will learn how to properly complete your profile. You will learn what to do if you don't have sufficient funds. How do you write your letters of explanation? How do you increase your CRS score? Because the express entry is like competition, right? It is those who have the highest scores that they will invite. So how do you put yourself in the best light to be invited? That's what this Express Entry Masterclass is for. It's only $41, only 60,000 naira, only. It is so affordable that if you don't have the Express Entry Masterclass, I don't know what to do with you. But if you need that guidance for the category-based draws to even understand, okay, what are the jobs that I need to do for me to be considered, get the Express Entry Masterclass. Yeah, we also show you how, the provincial nominee program guide, details for the 10 provinces in Canada and how their provincial nominee programs work. And most importantly, how you can pass the IELTS, because I know a lot of people are really scared of this exam, and there's no way you can become a permanent resident in Canada without passing IELTS. It doesn't matter whether you schooled here, you still need to pass the IELTS. So give yourself the best chance and get the Express Entry Masterclass. Now, the second way to come to Canada is the study route. Yeah, so there was a time, it was like the beloved of a lot of people. But the reason why people are running away from the study route is because, number one, it is expensive, especially if you're converting from whatever your currency is to Canadian dollars. It's expensive. And except you're doing a master's or a PhD or a professional program, your spouse cannot move with you. But I always tell people, it is a small price to pay. Yeah, I feel that your spouse can wait for some months, yeah, or for a couple of years for you to get PR or to get your PGWP, and your spouse can join you. It depends on how much you want it and what you are ready to sacrifice for it. So the second route that I would recommend is the study route. If you have to plan. But please, if you cannot get into the express entry pool, consider the study route. And for that, you can use my program called the Niger to Canada JAPA system. It's a step-by-step guide that can show you how you can come to study in Canada and become a Canada permanent resident. And using this route is easier than you thought, because you just go from becoming a student in a program that can give you PGWP, because now that dynamic is now there. You can't just do any program now and get PGWP. You need to be doing specific programs. Now, this JAPA system is a comprehensive step-by-step guide that will practically show you what to do, so that you're not confused from the beginning to the end of how to become a student in Canada and go from there to PR. So it covers things like proof of funds. What are the best proof of funds strategies? I just said now that coming to Canada through study is expensive, right? So how do you work on the funds? How do you prevent yourself from being refused for proof of funds? How do you search for scholarships and funding? And how do you get study loans? How do you search for school programs, especially now where not all programs are eligible for PGWP? And of course, most importantly, how do you get your visas approved? Because you can do all of this work and you can get to the visa part and your visa is refused. We provide guidance on the best way to put your study visa application forward. And there's all sorts of templates, statement of purpose, emails. It saves you from creating your documents from scratch. Will help you review your SOP, review your emails that you write to professors if you're looking for funding or scholarship. All of that is provided inside the Niger to Canada JAPA system. Okay, you get the checklist of the things you need. We help you to review your SOP. You learn how to get jobs and accommodation in Canada. Two of the first things that you should get when you land in Canada. And this one is only $50,000, only $33. It is it is so affordable and it is so valuable. So if you wanted to learn the step-by-step guide and get guidance and support, so for these two programs, you get guidance and support on how to move to Canada using the study route, you can get the Canada JAPA system. Again, give yourself the best chance of success with this route. Okay, so at this point, we've talked about all the changes that have happened in Canada in terms of immigration. I've also showed you the data of what Canada plans to do in the next 3 years and the programs that they are focusing on. Please don't go and be chasing what Canada is not chasing. They will not pick you. So try and focus on what they are focusing on, right? Now, I know that I have sort of rushed because of time, but I'm going to give a bonus to anyone who is able to get the JAPA system or the Express Entry Masterclass. I'm going to put a webinar together only for the people who purchase. It's going to be like a step-by-step guide. Okay, what do I do now? How do I start? What do I focus on? What programs do I study? How do I find the programs that I will study? Very confusing for a lot of people. They don't know the programs that are PGWP eligible, even though they go and search. So I'm going to do a special webinar, but it's only for those who purchase by the 17th of December. Yeah, so it's going to be like maybe an hour or two. Yeah, there's not going to be a recording because it shouldn't be shared, only for those who make the purchase. I'm willing to take my time out to do that for you. Like I said, give yourself the best chance. Make 2025 your year. I mean, it's almost the end of 2024. Some people had the mind to move to Canada this year, but they didn't make it for a bunch of reasons. Some people just didn't make it. So 2025 is another opportunity that you have. And nobody knows what will happen in 2025, right? Canada, made changes to the immigration levels. Just last year was when they made these new levels. This year they made changes. To 2025, we don't know. 2025 is the election year. I feel that things might move quickly. We don't know who is going to win the election, and we don't know how that is going to affect Canada immigration. So you want to give yourself the best chance to get into Canada before that election happens, because we don't know which way it's going to swing, right? So give yourself the best chance to come to Canada before the election, which is in October of 2025. So you have like 10 months. Yeah. So if you want to take advantage, you want to be part of that special webinar, or you want to get the Express Entry Masterclass, if you don't have it, or the JAPA system, if you don't have it, reach out to whoever invited you to the webinar, or you check your email or your WhatsApp group. If you're in a WhatsApp group, or if somebody has been messaging you about this, they are probably going to, leave the links there that you can use to purchase. You can purchase. Yeah. This is one quote that I like to use in my webinars. Whether I fail or succeed shall be no man's doing but my own. Your destiny is in your hands. Your success is in your hands. You are the force. It is your choice, your responsibility. It's not the responsibility of the Canadian government or the Nigerian government or the Ghana government. They are doing their own. You need to take your own destiny in your own hands, because win or lose, it is only you that holds the key to your destiny. You've got yourself to blame. I'm not saying that coming to Canada is the ultimate, but what I'm trying to use this general, that whatever your goal is, whatever it is, you alone hold the key to your destiny. So if you're falling down, you're discouraged, you were refused, you don't even know where to start, Pick yourself up, give yourself new ginger. You know, we like to do New Year resolution. Let it be your New Year resolution. I'm going to work on this thing every day, maybe for 30 minutes until I get it right. Yeah. So what will you choose to focus on? Some people will be thinking, oh, why do I have to invest? Why do I have to buy this? You don't have to buy anything. Most important thing is that you know what Canada is focusing on and you know what to do from now on. Yeah. So you created the time to be here today because this is important to you. So I assume that you're willing to invest in yourself. Second thing I want to say, don't believe in the naysayers. People will say it won't work. There are lots of people that say negative things. I've even seen someone, if I don't want to go into it, on TikTok saying all sorts of things. Don't believe them. Close your ears to naysayers. Focus on what you want. Have your own confessions. I am going to get to Canada in 2025. Believe it. Let your heart and your mouth be saying the same thing. And like I said before, don't quit. It doesn't matter your country of residence or nationality. These programs, the express entry, category-based draws, study permit, JAPA system, express entry, it works for everyone, okay? It's not just for like a particular set of people, and it's going to save you time and money. You can go ahead and be looking at YouTube channels or TikTok, gathering information everywhere. It's good, yeah, if you don't want to spend the $33 or the $40, but if you want to save time and money and also get support, you can get any of these programs, okay? Just ask for the link from the affiliates that invited you here. Click the link. This is how to pay. Make payment. You will be sent a confirmation email. You can take a snapshot of this screen, fill out your name and address. You wait for the approval mail. You click to get access. You go through the modules and take action. And of course, if you have any question, we'll provide email support. So I want to say thank you to all those. There are some people here who have already made a purchase of the JAPA system or the express entry. Those who are making purchase now, thank you. Those who will make purchase before the bonus expires, thank you as well. You have made the best decision regarding getting to Canada, not getting a job, getting to Canada, and you will not regret it. So the question is, are you ready to get started? Okay. So that is the end of my presentation. Oh my God, yeah, I was able to finish on time. So that is the end of my presentation. I hope that you got value, that you sort of now understand the things that Canada is focusing on, so that you are also focusing on what Canada is focusing on. Okay, now you can go ahead and leave your questions, but please don't ask questions on the things that I have already talked about. Yeah. If you're just joining us, make sure you start from the beginning before you start coming to ask questions. Okay, so type your questions. I'm going to look at your questions. You need to subscribe to ask questions. Just give me 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Ask your questions. I'm going to look at your questions now. Just give me a second. How is that happening? Okay. Thank you, Femi. You got value. You talk of trades. What does this mean? So, Femi, I think you can go and just Google it and say, what is trades? Yeah. So trades is, so there's a class of occupations called trades. Things like maybe plumbing, truck drivers are tradespeople, plumbing, carpenters. There are certain levels of occupations that are called trades in Canada. If you Google, it will give you a list. So, but an example is like maybe people in certain tech, plumbers, carpenters, sort of handwork, what we call handwork in Nigeria. Those are the people that are in trades. Okay, so Sammy Tech. You can get the JAPA. How did you hear about the webinar? So wherever you did hear about the webinar, I'm sure someone there is going to send you, am I sharing? Someone there is going to send you the link. Stop sharing. Someone that's going to send you the link for you to be able to get the JAPA system. So for Lashade, we are not talking about job. We're not talking about job, but your husband can get a job if they meet the requirements of the job. Yeah, so you don't have to do computer science to get a job in data analyst and to be a data analyst in Canada, but you need to meet the requirements of the job. We're not talking about work permits. Who is this person? Sam, can someone get a job after arriving in Canada? We are saying that there are no jobs for people. We are talking of visitor visa. I don't know who's going to give you a job, but well, you can still come and try. But you know, if you get a job in Canada as a visitor, I don't know why you would come to Canada as a visitor visa to get a job. But if you do get a job, you have to leave Canada to go and apply for work permits. Okay, so Sammy Tech, you were scrolling on. You were scrolling. Okay, so I'm going to reach out to you after the webinar. Let me not derail the webinar. So I'll reach out to you after the webinar. Sammy Tech. If you can put the link to your profile, I'll reach out to you, or the name of your profile, I'll reach out to you after the webinar. Taiwo, I'm not going to answer specific questions like this, okay? If you need specific questions, you can reach out to me and book a consultation, okay? We're not going to be doing specific questions. What visa fee changes? Isiaku, Sadiq, sorry, what are you talking about? Tell us the current visa fee. Go to a website called cic.gc.ca or canada.ca. That is Canada's immigration website. Go there. You will see what the visa fees are, okay? That's not what I came here to do. Okay, so the eligible routes now, like I said before, are the category-based draws in the express entry and international students, study permits. Yes, of course. After graduation, you have to create an express entry profile. You have to do that. Yes, it is very, very recommended. Yeah, in my last semester of studying, I did create one. So you have to be in the express entry pool. Even though as an international student, you can be considered for provincial nominee programs. But for the Canadian experience class, which requires like 1 year of work experience, skilled work experience in Canada, express entry profile is very important. You can also use your work experience from back home to get invited for permanent residence. It doesn't have to be work experience in Canada. Yes. You will get, yes, those who already purchased the JAPA system are eligible for the webinar. Okay, Robinson, I'm sorry, but I will not do your research for you, okay? You need to go and do your research. If you are on this channel, go ahead and check through the videos. You will see a video I made about the programs that, you know, master's programs that you can come with your applicant, or what the policy changes are regarding that, okay? So you need to do some work. Go and check it out on this channel, or go to the Canada immigration website, canada.ca. That information is there. How do you reach out to me? On YouTube now, reach out to me by leaving a comment, yeah? Reach out by leaving a comment, and then my details are also on this YouTube channel. What is this? What is USA certificate evaluation? What's that? I don't know what that is. If you can be more specific. So Gloria, I think you came late to this webinar. So maybe you need to rewind and go and listen again. Yeah, for you to be asking this question. You came late. Yeah. So let's stop the people who were who were here on time. Just go back. the question will come to you. Just give me 1 second. Just go back a little bit. Okay. So, Chief, you are asking for a specific question. Do I qualify? Do you qualify for what? Do you qualify for what? Sadiq, so to get to apply for Canada tourist visa, how many euro? When you apply for Canada tourist visa, how much do you need? There's no how many. So Canada doesn't have a specific amount. Yeah, so it depends on how long you are coming to stay and what you are coming to do. That will determine how much you need. And you are the one that will show the visa officer that I have this amount and it is enough. Okay, so if you did a West evaluation for USA and you said you are picking it for USA, you can't use it for Canada now. It's obvious. Go and do the one for Canada. What are the chances of couples above 45 years applying for both are professional in their field? Number one, I don't know what you mean by professionals in their field. What field are they in? And as I'm here talking to you, I cannot say this is the chance that somebody has. There is no way I would know. Yeah. So if you want to know the chance that you have, you need to go ahead and create a profile. That's the only way that you will know. You have to go ahead and create a profile by yourself. Get your whatever, get your express entry scores and all of that, and then you'll be able to know where you fit in. But just asking me, I wouldn't know. Okay. Tibile, see, I'm trying to come to Canada. We don't. I don't know the word easy. I don't think you should be saying easy. The word easy does not come into it. Nothing coming to Canada is not easy. Yeah. So, I mean, you have to like do the work. So it's not easy. So I can't say, oh, coming to Canada through this route is easy. But what I've taught here, just choose the one that suits you the most and go with it. So I've talked about the category-based draws and the study route. Whichever one you feel is easy. I don't think any of them is easy. They both require work. Choose one. How do I book a consultation with you? Go and check the description of the YouTube channel. The link to book a consultation is there. Khadijat, you just said those that pay for Japa system. Japa system and Express Entry, I did the same thing. They are different things now. So you don't have to pay, but if you want the Express Entry, yes, you would have to pay. Olawale, just go to the beginning. I think there's a way you can start from the beginning. That's how you can watch it again. You can just push the whatever the button or the slider to the beginning and start watching from there. Okay, let me see. This thing tire me too. Or saying media, no news. Oh, we have all been looking to see whether Canada will actually say something about this this route, but sadly, there's been no news about this. So we're all just basically waiting. Give me 1 second. So yes, there's no news about it. And then the year is already coming to our end. So I suspect there might be no news until next year. But that's just my opinion. Awesome, Charity. You're welcome. The sextuplet journey. I'm going to subscribe to this channel. Do you have sextuplets? There's no discount. I didn't mention anything about a discount. So there's no discount. Okay, I like this. A brother said, Canada website is there. I still say a brother said Canada is no longer encouraging immigration, that it appears they have the number of people they are looking for. Please, what's your take on the comment? Bare necessities, it means that you came late. Rewind, go to the beginning. You will hear what my opinion is, okay? I talked about this exact thing that you're talking about, and I've addressed it at the beginning. So just shift back a little. Yeah, you'll be able to see what my opinion is. Go on, yeah. This is what I was looking for. Skip 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Okay. Somebody say yeah. Why you say yeah? Go and watch from the beginning. Yeah. Yes, Khadija, you're asking a lot of questions. Yes, you can apply for both the study route and the express entry. I watched the news, that new application. Which news is that? Which news? Is it a YouTube news or is it the government of Canada news? Put the link to the news here. There's no such news. Immigration has not been paused. Okay? That's not true. New applications have not been paused. That's a lie. Okay, Olawale, so information like this is on the Canada website, or you get the Express Entry Masterclass, okay? Canada on its website has information about how much you need for every number of family members. Go there and get that information. Or you do a simple Google search and it will come up for you. You need to do the work, yeah? Get into the habit of going on Google and searching, okay? Guys, don't forget to use the super chat. There's a super chat there. Super chat is just to say a little bit of thank you to me for putting this together. And also we have a membership that you can join. On that membership, we have members Q&A. So we go deeper there. And of course, we have videos for members only that teach deeper things than what you see on the general channel. So you can check that out as well. Okay, we'll do this for another 10 minutes. Yes, Sam. Yes, they are resolving the backlog issues, and backlog is in for certain applications. There are certain categories of applications that have backlogs, not all of them. And because they have always been backlog since 2020. Canada has had backlog even before 2020. Backlog is a constant thing. It's just the number of backlogs that matter. So Canada cannot stop application because there's backlog. They didn't stop in COVID. Is it now they will stop? Yeah. So I've already showed you in this webinar what is happening. Immigration is not stopping. But if you rewind and you go to the beginning, you will see what is actually happening with immigration. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. They're still asking what about the caregiver route. I already answered. Yeah. So Canada hasn't said anything more about the caregiver route. I guess there was later, I guess. Okay, I can't see any question here. Oh, Okay, don't forget that for you to be able to send a question, you need to subscribe. Yeah, so if you are trying to send a question and it's not going, you need to subscribe. Jesus Christ. Who is talking about COVID shot in 2024 or 2025? No, you don't need COVID shot. Oh, this is a lovely question, Matthew. What is my take on visa sponsorship by Canada, by employer or scholarship? Now, the question, Matthew, I'm going to look out for your answer. Please, can you type what you mean by visa sponsorship? For we that can't afford this $1,000, which $1,000? What do you mean by visa sponsorship? I'm waiting for you. Just type what you mean when you say, what's your take on visa sponsorship by employer? What is visa sponsorship in your understanding? Type it. I'm waiting. Okay. So what do we do if we are refused, if visa was refused based on financial issues? Great question, Oluwatosin. So if you are refused a visa, first thing you must do is, I don't know, be upset, maybe cry, clean your eyes. The second thing, make sure that you are requesting for your GCMS notes. Now, that visa letter that you received is like a template, right? So they just said your assets are not enough for yourself and your family, or whoever is accompanying. You need the GCMS notes that will tell you. The visa officer might say, oh, you didn't submit your company documents, or oh, I wasn't sure, or oh, low balances, whatever. They are going to give specifics. It is based on that you can reapply. So you need to address the issues for why you were refused. If it was because you didn't submit business documents, you submit business documents. If because there was lump sum, you explain the lump sum. That is how you should reapply after you have been refused for financial issues. What is your question? You can't just say you have not answered my question. Which question? You would have just put the question here. Okay, good. So some employers offer to pay for visa application, ticket, accommodation. So Temitayo, give me a name of one employer that you know that has offered to do that. Employer will pay your ticket, pay your accommodation, pay for visa application. I beg, give me the name so that I can share it to everybody here. I don't know any such employer. So if you know any such employer, even one, put the name in the comments. I beg. Everybody will like that information. But as I'm here, I don't know that employer. Okay. So can someone apply for express entry and still apply for visitor visa at the same time? Definitely, yes. It doesn't matter. You can apply for both. Yeah. The class system is 50,000. Okay, so Christopher, you need to book a consultation. Okay, this is a very specific question, and I have questions to ask you back before I can answer. Okay. Okay, Zenith joining from Nigeria. Welcome. Can't start from the beginning, no. Welcome. So Idemudia Moses, I'm still waiting for your question. I've not seen it. Can I apply for study as a dependent after going to Canada? I don't understand this question. You're already in Canada. I don't understand. Can you apply for study? Maybe you need to send that question again. Okay, so One Kelvin, link for payment for what? And how did you hear about this webinar? How did you hear about the webinar? I was looking for one question like this. Oh my God, I can't find it. How about... I can't find that question. Sextuplets, there is no discount. Which discount are you talking about? I don't have any discount. I am 53 years old and need visa for working permit. Can I apply? Yes, you can. Yeah. So long as you have a job, you can prove that you can do the job. Of course, you can apply for working permits. This doesn't have anything to do with age. Okay, so we have 5 more minutes because it's almost 9 p.m. in Nigeria. It's almost 3 p.m. here. Okay, so first of all, while I'm waiting for the questions, thank you guys for joining today. Yeah, so while I'm waiting for the questions, how are you guys preparing for Christmas? It's Christmas, so whether Canada immigration is doing whatever it's doing, we still need to celebrate Christmas, right? We still need to celebrate the birth of our Savior, and we still need to focus on the reason for the season. Yeah, so even though we can't buy expensive gifts, at least we can celebrate and we can be happy. So don't allow, I know this one is like a motivational talk. Don't allow anything to cloud your joy, your happiness. Your happiness is not tied to Canada. Your happiness is not tied to UK or any other country that you want to immigrate to. Your happiness is not tied to another person. Your happiness and your joy comes from within you, and it's gotten from your relationship with God, if I can put it that way. So focus on that. So someone says, one last question. For the express entry, we will be writing one exam. Which IELTS exam? Is it, oh God. Yes, you write IELTS exam, IELTS general. Oluwatosin, go ahead and book a consultation, okay? Go to the description of this channel. You will see the consultation link there, or my email, book a consultation. Idemudia, 15 years old man in political science. What is my chances? Okay, fine. Idemudia, what is your IELTS score? What is your CRS score? What is your knock code? How many years of experience do you have? Yeah. So I can't know your chances just by you writing these things. There's so many things that are required. Okay. So if you are ready for express entry, you would know what your chances are. I wish I understood this question. How do you start what? I don't understand your question. I'm just surprised at all these questions. So questions are so funny. Is the receive link from where? Where are you waiting to receive the link from? Why is my time changing? Oh my goodness. How? No wonder. Give me 1 second. How is the time on this system changing like this? Give me 1 second to correct this. Oh no. Just give me 1 second. Interesting. Okay. It is only IELTS that you would write. So I wish I understood this, your question. So some of you, you're asking questions that you need specific clarification to. If you do, if you're asking specific questions, please, I beg you. Just give me 1 second now. Just give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Okay, guys, can't see any more questions. I've already answered this question now. You write IELTS general. Temitayo, I mean, I'm amazed. Why would you not be able to create your express entry profile by yourself when there's a step-by-step guide? There's a step-by-step guide, but if you want to pay me money to do it for you, then you would pay it separately. But with the step-by-step guide I have, you don't need to pay anybody. But if you want, you're generous, you can pay someone. You don't have to pay someone to do any of these things for you. You can do them yourself. And all the guide is in the masterclass. Yeah. There's no discount. Okay, Rook, I'm sorry. The Express Entry Masterclass is so affordable. Other people are selling this same thing for like $150. This same, my own is even better. So no, there's no discount. Okay, I'm sorry. There's no discount. Okay, I think we're getting to the end. Ari, thank you so much. So comfort, this is a very good question. And for you who is a business person, you do need the Express Entry Masterclass. Yes, you can use your business as work experience. It is a bit more difficult when you're a business person to show that. But yes, you can use your business, definitely. Welcome, Haruna. Haruna just became a YouTube member. Welcome. And yes, you can use your old IRCC account. Your IRCC account is your IRCC account. That is what you will use for everything. Express Entry, visit, everything is that one, okay? I don't avoid questions, Krista. What is your question? I cannot go and search for your question, so you need to put your question here. What is your question? Yes, there are a lot of people in Canada who are in the Express Entry pool. Of course, that's exactly what I said. You can be in the pool and still be studying, of course. So, Krista, I'm still waiting for your question. I'm about to go. I have only 5 minutes. What is your question? Okay, so Blessing, if you are just joining, welcome. What you need to do is to push it back to the beginning and start from there, okay? All your questions are answered. And I don't know what you mean by what about coming into study hour. Like, what is your question? If you are coming into study hour, what exactly is the question, okay? It's 60,000 naira. 40 or $43 or something, but it's 60,000 naira. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop it here because I can see some of these questions are just repetitive. But I'm going to answer Haruna's question. Can the proof of fund for the husband used? I don't understand what this means. I really don't understand. What do you mean by that? Can the proof of fund for the husband? What was that? I don't know. Write it again. So for Express Entry, there's no minimum CRS score. You just have to score as high as possible. Try and score above 400. What does, write a full question, Haruna. What is being the sponsor? Like, write your question in full. Kiruka, thank you too. Wishing you a Merry Christmas. I think we should all just stop all of this and just go and relax until after the Christmas and the New Year. We can now come back to be worrying about immigration. Yeah, I don't know what this means. What's adaptability criteria? Sometimes I don't think we should ask questions well now. Write a full sentence. We are going to do IELTS. Write a full sentence so that somebody understands. So this is still not a full sentence, Haruna. What is the husband sponsoring the wife? It's not a full, I don't understand. If you write this in your writing test, you will fail. You need to write a full sentence. Hello, Sheyi, I want to know this. Write it full so that I can know what you're saying. Okay. How can I apply for Express Entry? Go and start from the beginning of this webinar and then get the Express Entry Masterclass. So I think I'm going to end it here because the questions are just repeating themselves. So once more, I want to thank everyone who showed up today. And I want to appreciate you and thank you for showing up. If you have any more questions, drop them in the comments. I'll still come back to answer questions, but I don't want to waste people's time because of data and all of that. Drop your questions in the comments, reach out to whoever, sent you the link, and then you can, if you want, you don't have to, if you want the Express Entry Masterclass, you don't have to be asking all these questions. How do I create profile? How's the list go? All those things are inside the Masterclass. So thank you very much, guys. And once again, please have a very Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. Thank you and bye.